All right, we've got a caller. Good morning. You're on Tuesday Talk.
Hi. I had this idea that when we had this Duck Derby, why couldn't the Duck Derby support the Fairgrounds next year?
Good question.
All right. Well,
You want to jump in? I mean, I'll jump into that because the Duck Derby is an event that is supported by and promoted by the four Rotary Clubs in Josephine County. It is not a government operation, it's a private operation. Those clubs get together every year and make a decision amongst themselves of where the benefits of the duck race are going to go. So then they inform everybody, and everybody else who's there says, yes, that's a great idea. And so that's where the decision is made. It has nothing to do with the county, nothing to do with any organization outside of the private organization of Rotary, which is the main sponsor, promoter of the duck race. Now, can that idea be aired at a Rotary duck race planning committee? Sure it can be aired. But just to think that somehow the commissioners have some declarative ability to say where those funds are going to go, that's right. It's a private operation and is not a government operation.
So, a good question, well-intentioned question, just directed at the wrong panel.
Right. I mean, they could certainly, write a letter or call up somebody that they know who is a Rotary individual and present that as a possibility and ask them to bring it up at the planning, the decision making at the beginning of the year. And one of the tough things is for every $1,000 there's a $100,000 need. Mm-hmm. And so you have to try to figure out, and that's one of the reasons why in the last several years there's been a multi-year, the tracks at our area high schools have been upgraded and refinished. Mm-hmm. And the track in Illinois Valley was dirt, and that has been made to where they can now host events, which is a benefit to them as well as to the community. Mm-hmm. But it's been a multi-year thing, and not just a one-year shot. But it takes planning and it takes decision making, and they can certainly write a letter to Rotary or the local group if they know somebody who's in Rotary. Or the question could be aired, but the county commissioners certainly don't have any decision making in how that money is spent.
Right. All right. Well, like I said, I think it's a good idea, at least in its general premise, as to whether or not, like I said, it just needs to be directed to the proper people on that.
May I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that I am a Rotarian, and one of the things that we always look at in any of the grants or any of the projects that we undertake, that they are typically capital projects, and that's why it's always been school equipment, school tracks, school facility, or parks, like the parks that we have done here in the community, Riverside West Park and Morrison Park, and the food bank building. So it's always directed mostly towards capital projects, but it's also focused mostly on trying to improve the lives of children and their families. And primarily children is one of the largest focuses of the Rotary Clubs. Not the only one, but one that is highly considered.